Belarus, the undiscovered country? Seriously, have you heard of it? Belarus. Say it with me, Belarus, not to be confused with Belarusia, or Bel Air. It's a country, a real place. Look it up. Nestled in Eastern Europe, Belarus is like that quiet kid in class. You know, the one who aces all the tests but never boasts about it. No towering mountains here, folks, no sprawling deserts, just good old-fashioned, down-to-earth charm. And maybe a potato field or two, okay? A lot of potato fields. But don't let the lack of geographical drama fool you. Belarus is a land brimming with history, culture, and people who are as warm as a summer day in Minsk. That's their capital, by the way. So buckle up, Buttercup, because we're about to embark on a whirlwind tour of this often overlooked gem of Eastern Europe. And trust me, by the end of this, you'll be adding Visit Belarus to your bucket list. Right after learn how to pronounce Belarus correctly. Belarus has a past so long and complicated, it would make a soap opera writer blush. We're talking Vikings, Mongols, empires rising and falling like a game of Risk gone wrong. This land has seen it all. It's been conquered, divided, and put back together more times than a Lego set on Christmas morning. But hey, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? And Belarus is one tough cookie. Through it all, they've held on to their traditions, their language, and their love for potatoes. Seriously, these people love potatoes. They even have their own version of Stonehenge, except instead of giant rocks, it's made of wooden crosses. Because nothing says we're serious about our history like a forest of sacred timber. So, next time someone tries to tell you history is boring, just hit them with some Belarusian trivia. They'll be begging for mercy, or at least a potato pancake, in no time. Belarus isn't just about history, though. It's about the traditions that have been passed down through generations, like a family recipe for, you guessed it, potato salad. Take Kupalle, for example. It's an ancient pagan festival celebrating the summer solstice. Think bonfires, flower wreaths, and young people jumping over flames in a not-so-subtle attempt to find love, or at least avoid third-degree burns. Then there's Maslenitsa, a week-long celebration of all things buttery and delicious. Pancakes are the name of the game here, folks. And not just any pancakes. We're talking thin, crepe-like creations, slathered in butter, sour cream, and whatever else your heart desires. It's basically a cardiologist's worst nightmare, but hey, at least you'll die happy. And let's not forget the traditional Belarusian crafts. From intricate woven tapestries to delicate wood carvings, these people are seriously talented. It's like Etsy exploded and landed in Eastern Europe, so whether you're a history buff, a culture vulture, or just really love potatoes, Belarus has something for everyone. Now, you might think that a country tucked away in Eastern Europe would be a bit, well, homogeneous, but you'd be wrong. Belarus is a melting pot of cultures, a veritable United Nations of Eastern Europe. We're talking Russians, Poles, Ukrainians, Jews, Tatars, and a whole bunch of other groups who've added their own unique spice to the Belarusian stew, probably a potato stew, let's be real. This cultural blend is evident in everything from the food, so much food, to the music, to the language itself. Belarusian, the official language, is like a linguistic cocktail, with a dash of Russian, a sprinkle of Polish, and a hint of something ancient and mysterious. This diversity isn't just about adding flavor, though. It's about resilience, about different groups coming together, sharing their customs, and creating something truly special. It's a beautiful thing, really. Kind of like a perfectly assembled potato and sausage casserole. What? Don't judge till you've tried it. Section 5, Babushkas, Borscht, and beyond everyday life in Belarus. So what's it like to actually live in this land of potatoes and cultural fusion? Well, imagine a place where the pace of life is a little slower, where people still greet each other on the street, and where the babushkas, grandmothers, rule the roost. Family is everything in Belarus. And when I say family, I mean the whole shebang: grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins twice removed. Sunday dinners are a marathon of food, laughter, and probably a healthy dose of vodka. It's for medicinal purposes, they'll tell you. Belarusians are also incredibly resourceful. Remember those economic sanctions everyone's been talking about? Well, let's just say that in Belarus they've turned making do into an art form. Got a broken washing machine? No problem, they'll fix it with a potato and some duct tape. Okay, maybe not a potato, but you get the idea. It's a refreshing change from our throwaway culture, that's for sure. Section 6, let's talk language, where yes is talk, but everything else is interesting. Now let's address the elephant in the room, the language. Belarusian, as we've established, is a unique beast. While it shares some similarities with Russian, it also has its own quirks and complexities that will leave you scratching your head and reaching for Google Translate. For example, did you know that thank you in Belarusian is Дзякуй, pronounced Дзякуй? You're welcome. Now try saying please, Kali laska, Kali laska. See, it's a workout for your tongue and your brain. But don't let the language barrier intimidate you. Belarusians are incredibly patient and welcoming people. They'll appreciate your efforts to speak a few words of their language, even if it sounds like you're gargling with potato soup, which by the way is a real thing in Belarus and it's delicious. Section 7. From hockey to high art, Belarusian culture isn't just potatoes, but potatoes are involved. Belarus isn't all about folk music and potato-themed festivals, though those are pretty great. They've got a thriving arts and culture scene that rivals any Western nation. For starters, they're obsessed with hockey. Like, really obsessed. It's practically a religion there. They even built a massive spaceship-shaped arena in Minsk just to house their beloved hockey team. But it's not all pucks and penalties. Belarus has produced some seriously talented musicians, artists, and writers. We're talking opera singers who can hit notes higher than a potato plant, painters who can make a still life of root vegetables look like a masterpiece, and poets who can make you weep over a bowl of borscht. Okay, that last one might be a slight exaggeration. The point is, Belarus has something for everyone. Whether you're a sports fanatic, an art aficionado, or just someone who appreciates a good potato, who doesn't? Section 8. Hospitality. That'll make you say, Дзякуй. That's thank you in Belarusian, you're welcome. One thing you'll quickly learn about Belarusians is that they're some of the most hospitable people on the planet. They'll welcome you into their homes with open arms, ply you with enough food to feed a small army, and insist you try just one more shot of vodka. It's rude to refuse, apparently. Don't even think about offering to pay for dinner. It's considered an insult. Just accept their generosity with a smile and a hearty Дзякуй. You're getting the hang of this language thing. This hospitality isn't limited to their homes either. You'll encounter it everywhere you go, from the bustling markets to the quiet countryside. It's just part of their DNA, a genuine warmth and kindness that's impossible to fake. Section 9. Misconceptions and stereotypes. More than just vodka and bears, although they have those too. Now let's address some of the misconceptions about Belarus. No, it's not stuck in a time warp. Yes, they have indoor plumbing. And no, not everyone wears those furry hats all the time, though they do look pretty cozy. Belarus is a modern country with a rich history and a bright future. They've embraced technology, innovation, and dare I say it, even a little bit of capitalism. Don't worry, they still love their potatoes. So next time someone cracks a joke about Belarus being stuck in the Soviet era, hit them with some facts. Tell them about the thriving tech scene in Minsk, the world-class ballet in Vitebsk, or the fact that they have better internet than most of rural America. They'll be eating their words and hopefully some delicious Belarusian potato pancakes in no time. Section 10. So, you want to visit Belarus? Here's what you need to know. Spoiler alert, pack your sense of humor. Convinced that Belarus should be your next travel destination? Great. Here are a few tips to make your trip unforgettable. And by unforgettable, I mean you'll actually remember it thanks to the vodka. First things first, learn a few basic phrases in Belarusian. It'll go a long way with the locals, and make ordering at a restaurant a lot less like a game of charades. Second, pack your stretchy pants. Belarusian cuisine is not for the faint of heart or stomach. Be prepared for hearty portions, lots of meat, and, you guessed it, potatoes. Third, embrace the unexpected. Things might not always go according to plan in Belarus. The trains might be delayed, the ATMs might be out of order, and you might accidentally order a plate of pickled herring instead of potato pancakes. It happens to the best of us. Just roll with it, laugh it off, and remember that these are the experiences that make for the best stories. Section 11. Belarus, a hidden gem just waiting to be discovered, but seriously, don't tell everyone. Belarus is a country of contrasts. It's ancient yet modern, traditional yet forward-thinking, reserved yet incredibly welcoming. It's a place where you can wander through medieval castles in the morning and attend a cutting-edge technology conference in the afternoon. It's a place where you can feast on hearty peasant food while sipping on craft cocktails made with locally sourced ingredients. It's a country that will surprise you, challenge you, and ultimately charm the pants off you, though you might want to keep those stretchy pants on hand just in case. So, go ahead, book that ticket, embrace the unknown, and discover the magic of Belarus for yourself. But seriously, don't tell everyone, let's keep this our little secret.